Today we know that this is not an alien base, but very much a base used by the US military to try out technologies they have received from technology transfer protocols. The two most prioritized research done there that we know of are the testing of new aircraft, and genetic engineering and manipulation. I have stated elsewhere that the UFOs we can see with our open eyes are not spaceships used for interplanetary travel. In fact, very few of them are alien crafts at all, but human secret technology. Some of it is expanded upon from Tesla's inventions, while others are developed from Nazi technology, which they themselves got from technology transfer protocols. Others are based on more recent alien, Syrian alliance, technology, but nonetheless developed by humans. Still, I am sure some of the UFOs we see are indeed of alien origin, driven by aliens, and sometimes aliens and humans in cooperation. However, again, they are not used for traveling between the stars or long distances. More likely, they are used for traveling within the solar system. If someone needs to go to other star systems, it is commonly done by nano-travel, using star lanes like Peshmetan. Military bases, such as Area 51, are up to so much more than just testing new UFO technologies. Deep underground, there are huge laboratories where the most bizarre experiments in genetic engineering and manipulation are taking place. However, this is not ENKI or the Syrians in particular at play, but our own US military. It's very doubtful if there are any aliens at Area 51 at all, and if there are, they are not stationary there, but perhaps only there to check on our progress. There are other military bases, however, where aliens and humans are working together, such as Dulce and the Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. Whistleblowers have come forward on many occasions over the last 15 years or so, telling us about the bizarre DNA research done by our military, particularly in Area 51. They talk about humans with fish bodies, two-headed beings and tons of other alive and dead prototypes, some of them preserved in huge tanks or test tubes. We are now at the beginning of becoming like the gods that manipulated our own DNA, only that we are doing it in secret, away from scrutiny, while the Syrians and the Aryans are doing it openly as a part of their own development into becoming founders. Our own military, however, is forced to keep these things secret from the public due to all the horrible crimes that have been committed when obtaining the tools for our DNA research. The same thing goes with the alien presence here on Earth. There are forces within government who are for the disclosure of the alien presence on Earth and in near-Earth space, but many of these people don't have the grasp of the mechanics around it and the consequences that would come out of such an action. Albeit, some people do understand and still want disclosure, because they find the whole thing disgusting as far as they're concerned. But these voices are silenced by those who know better. A full disclosure of what's going on, they reason, would result in great tumult. When people understand the crimes behind the alien presence, they want those responsible for the cover-up put to trial, or even worse, be thrown in front of a lynch mob. Another problem would be, how do you explain to an ignorant public what an interdimensional ET is? How can you tell them that most ETs are invisible, and some live inside humans' heads? The military see great difficulties in this, especially as they don't have any solutions, and therefore, unfortunately, disclosure has to be slow, through people like myself and others who are willing to expose this whole mess for what it is. Lastly, there is one more type of abductions I want to bring up here, and that's the non-physical abductions, NPA. These are typically the ones where the victim says they have been taken by aliens, mostly greys, and have moved through walls and otherwise solid, physical objects and obstacles together with their kidnappers. In these cases the physical body of the abductee is left in the bed, or wherever it was located just before the NPA. Taken is instead the victim's avatar, soul, and the fires that make up the light body/avatar. The abductee may still talk about being taken to some kind of spacecraft, or to a room which looks like a laboratory. They experience the whole phenomenon as quite physical, although they actually soul travel. The purpose with this kind of abduction is simple: they don't need the person's body if they only want to program the person's mind. Unfortunately, People are so involved in their careers and to just make a living and raise kids that they feel they don't have time to get involved in learning more about all these issues I've brought up so far in my papers. What they don't realize is that by getting caught up in the Syrian career trap and all the rest of it, they are digging not only their own graves but that of their kids and grandkids, all whom they love so dearly. How come they have time to watch TV, football games, etc., but not for all the matters that really count? After all, I'm no different from all the rest of humanity. Not only have I dug into these issues, I also have found time to write about them, although I have a family too, and work 40 hours per week on a regular job. If I can do it, anybody can, and there are no real excuses for not learning about all these things and take appropriate actions, some which will be suggested in the last papers of Level 2. After all, there are a lot of star races out there who would like to intervene and really want us to succeed, and they don't think it's fair what is happening to us, but they can't do much due to the circumstances discussed earlier. Then there are others who think we should get a chance to prove ourselves to see if we can make it, because if we do, we will have what the gods don't, the experience of not only a regular 3D existence and the learning lessons that go with it, but also the chance to do it under severe suppression. This could potentially make very strong souls, and the star races out there know we're royalty. We are a very special experiment to begin with. We are beings of fire, we have the divine fire burning inside of us.